Guys, this looks so good.
I hate these couches. I feel like I can't sit too far back. My legs are off.
What?
I was flexing for the camera.
How was it what? Oh, probably look good.
That's probably 5'10". 9.5.
Yeah. All right. These couches are great to sleep on though.
I bet.
Because these things are the perfect height.
Yeah.
My shoulders.
Yeah. It's great.
Like these my spine.
Because last time I was like, oh, it'll be like half an hour. And it was like an hour.
Almost 59 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Remember, man.
This was like the short height for me.
Yeah.
It's like, man, your balls might slip out of your shorts. That thought didn't even enter their head. They're just like,
Oh look, my ball fell out.
everyone in this, maybe only one gets the appropriate
It's my,
decibel.
that's my theater training.
I have voice modulation. It's like too high.
You guys already cool with? Cool. I said balls last time too, and cock.
I swear a lot.
Hey guys, welcome to the Tape Thumbs Podcast, episode 2. I'm Cody Liu, back with Lee Trudell for week 2. Zach over on the other end of that couch over there, and our special guest today, Shawn Lukacsy from Frontier Performance. We're going to have a chat with him. How's it going, Shawn?
Good. How are you, Cody? I'm just kidding.
Pretty good. For those people out there who don't know that much about you, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Shawn Lukacsy, and it's spelled weird, and people don't know how to pronounce my last name, so that's okay if you don't know how to
I
do
said
that.
Lukacsy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big one.
Hungarian, the CS is pronounced CH, so it's like Lou and then Kachi. Lukacsy. Boom, I got that.
Yeah.
So that's my last name right there, Lukacsy. 34 years old. This is my last year in the CrossFit age category. Well, not the last year, because I can forget. Well, I can go to the next level now and compete more.
Is that-
I get more exercise opportunities. It's great.
Yeah.
And then I own Frontier Performance / CrossFit 587.
Cool. Speaking of that next level, are you like considering going masters for your
No,
fifth year?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
So they'll put me in the masters category.
Right.
You don't have an option.
Oh, they just
Right,
do
if
it.
you're born in that age category, then you do. I'll be in the 35 to 39 category, but then I can still.
But then if you qualify as a
Yeah, I can
individual,
still
you can
qualify.
do whatever.
That's what I did last year.
Oh, okay, I got
just
you.
qualified this year too.
Yeah.
I thought you had to like mark off like, oh, I'm doing it.
No,
master.
Well, so this year the big difference was 16-year-olds. So 16, 17 was the same weight as
Right.
all the adults.
Yeah.
And so was 40 to 44. So Piper, the 16-year-old, like deadlifting 225 yesterday for 20 reps.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Remember how last week I said I did 33 deadlifts at 225? at the open? That's scary to me.
How old is Piper? 16.
16.
Yeah. 16 placed 60. Nope, I lied. Nope, I'm right. 61st in the world. 3rd in Canada West.
Amazing. That's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, so with my little note, I'm a Leo.
Me too.
Typical Leo, too. Typical.
Nice.
It's all about me.
Yeah.
It's not even lying. Can't even.
Awesome. So last week we talked a little bit about cultures at different gyms and kind of how certain cultures might suit certain people. And now that we have someone from another gym who we know has a different culture than here at 956, maybe we'll kind of compare and contrast kind of those two kind of different atmospheres when it comes to training, things like that, and just talk about cultures in general that you've seen out in the world of fitness. Because obviously here at 956, we were talking before about how it's super chill here and pretty recreational. A lot of people here just kind of here for general fitness and just to get some exercise in through their week and stuff like that. And we do know that at Frontier Performance, you have a lot of competitors and things like that do meets and
Sure, yeah.
competitions and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
maybe speak a little bit about about the culture at Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, any culture is going to be, it's all just based on your owners and kind of like what we'll call it the alphas, or what your chiefs kind of bring down into the community. So we really pride ourselves on community. And it's not about the individual. It might be an individual like sport that we do, but it's not about that one person. It has to be about everybody.
For sure.
So we have our gym is a little bit different because we're not just a CrossFit gym, but we're a weightlifting gym. So if you take our memberships, like 50% of our memberships are weightlifting only. And then the other 50% are CrossFit. So in regards to CrossFit application, we have probably a pretty small membership compared to like you guys or any other CrossFit gym. I think we have like 65 total CrossFit. And then we've got like 50 something.
Oh, we're going to say 65 total CrossFit gyms.
No, there's like 92 in Calgary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our culture is just it's I don't know, like it's a really hard question to kind of answer, right? Like we've got two different sports that we do in one gym. Mm-hmm. So we have a weightlifting only. We have like 9 platforms in our gym.
Yeah. And
we have that culture is kind of like 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. You can come in and do your thing. You follow a program. If there's a platform that's open, use the platform. If there's somebody waiting, share a platform.
And your programming is, like you guys supply the program?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. So
yeah,
we do.
You guys have like a book.
Yeah, we have a book. So in our programming, we'll customize it based on an individual's needs. So let's say you come into the gym and you have like really shitty shoulders, or like really like just suck at squatting. Then we can always add those little pieces in. But we have about, oh my gosh, probably like over 25 programs now in our binders, and they're all different based on areas of opportunity, we'll call it. Yeah. So you have like snatch 1, snatch 2, snatch 3, clean and jerk 1, 2, 3, clean return, off season, like anything that you could think of.
Yeah.
And then that way we have small populations within a program.
Right.
So you're doing the program as an individual, but again, if you start the program at the same time, and you guys work out around the same time,
you're going to
work out together. Yeah, work out together. So we really try and get people to work on the same platforms. We try and put people that have the same problems together. Again, areas of opportunity, whatever you want to call it.
And that's really cool because it's not just people working out together; it's literally people going on the same journey.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what really.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, and then you kind of like it almost feels like a line in the gym, and then all of a sudden you're on the CrossFit side.
Yeah.
And then that culture that we've created is, I was talking to Zach about it earlier, like the first 10 minutes of every class, every day is the exact same thing. And it's gotten to the point now where the first 10 minutes of class, I'll like call the 5:30 class. And they know to immediately grab an ab mat, hit the wall, start couch stretching. Once they're done couch stretching, they know to do the lunge, high kicks, butt kicks, like what we've kind of embedded into them.
Right.
And then you get weightlifters that come over and we'll do CrossFit workouts with the CrossFitters. And most of our CrossFitters are running a weightlifting program as well, which is pretty neat. It's an interesting it's an interesting concept that we came up with.
Yeah.
So it's not just about CrossFit. It's really about being strong in any application, right? Just in life in general, right?
You guys also have a gymnastics class too, right?
Yep, so we do gymnastics, and then we do, we're adding in like a yin yoga on Mondays as well. So we'll do a 1-hour mobility session, because a lot of people won't do that on their own.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of like
95% of people won't.
That's why we bring the mobility class and yoga class.
We have a yoga class and a mobility
There you go.
class together.
I have to go do the mobility class.
After the class, it's like,
somebody's telling me to do it.
Let's be honest, right? 90% of the people that want to do CrossFit or anything do it because it's that group application, right? They're not doing it by
themselves. Well,
themselves.
when the brain's off, you just kind of tell them what to do. It's on board. That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so, and then what that comes with, I don't know. We do have some pretty competitive athletes. I think, I don't want to lie, but I'm pretty sure we have like one of the largest weightlifting clubs in Western Canada or like Alberta, BC. I think we have over 40 registered EWA
Oh, okay.
members
Yeah.
right now.
That's it.
So,
That's good.
yeah, so that's awesome. I'm like really proud of our weightlifting club, and and then we've been open for 20 months, and I think we were 21st in CrossFit and as a team.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
Cool.
yeah, we'll see how it all works out next
Nice.
year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
40 registered members of the AWA is pretty big.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that a ton of people do. So
No, not really.
I feel like that is a pretty big number.
Yeah.
So
I think in any gym, right? If you start telling people, if you start to program more weightlifting, people will really start to enjoy weightlifting.
Sure. Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of what happened.
And it's an easy way to break into like any type of competitive, like any type of competition.
Yeah.
Because a weightlifting competition, it's like especially if you do like a local one, it's
Yeah.
pretty. It's just like a CrossFit competition. It's supportive. Don't have a lot of pressure on you. You're just there to do 6 lifts
And then you go.
Yeah.
It's a good way to.
I think you've said, like I would prefer to do CrossFit.
I would 100%.
Yeah.
Saying for somebody who's just getting into
Absolutely.
competition.
Absolutely.
I hated it. I'd go in the back, and first of all, it was cold. The guys would open the door, and I'm like, I would do one lift and I'd sit down for a while.
Yeah.
And do another lift, and sit down for a while. And that's just a warm up. And then I'd go out lift and I'd come back. And I had to wear my underwear. It was fucking awful.
Yeah. Because what was it? Your shorts are too long.
No, my shorts had too much pattern in them.
Oh.
So, and then when I would go to do my weigh-in, I was in my I had like these Under Armour tighty
Like
and they're
compression shorts.
I was like, no, I should just wear those. I'm like, this is my underwear. Yeah, it's fine.
Compression.
How supportive were they?
Pardon me?
How supportive were they?
It was supportive.
Were you poking out?
No.
No, it's like a Ken doll.
It was like it wasn't much.
Did she talk?
It wasn't much different than the like the actual singles.
Yeah. No.
It literally was the same thing. It just like it was just like the nightmare that you have.
Yeah. In front of a bunch of
people
people.
and
Yeah. Jesus.
Is this happening?
Yeah.
Is this happening?
It's not a nightmare, it's a dream.
It was
It's true.
It was.
Yeah.
Someday.
We can't wait for the day he's in front of a bunch of people in his underwear.
Yeah, but there was like judges and stuff, like old men judging me. That was just weird.
Yeah.
But I prefer chaos.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, so
Anarchy.
What do you say?
Yeah, fair enough. Cool.
How, so for the weightlifting program, everyone's sort of, for the most part, doing their own thing. For like lack of a better term, like everyone's doing their own sort of program.
Yeah.
What level of like coaching is there? Is there somebody who's just walking around?
Yeah, so we have somebody between like during the busy hours, so there's always somebody in the gym. We're open from 6 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. on the weekdays and then weekends. What are we, 8 to 2 on the weekends, right? So there's always somebody on the platform. So it's either Chris or myself that are just back and forth on the platforms.
That's cool. I remember being there when Chris was coaching, and he's really good at just like we'll be talking in mid-sentence, he just like looks over and just fucking screams at somebody.
Yeah. Elbows up!
He's like,
Yeah. Oh man.
He's
Multitasks like a champion.
Oh yeah.
He's great. He's got his little he'll be talking to you, but he's not looking. He makes it look like he's looking at you, but peripherally he's following, like watching this person over here. And then all of a sudden he'll be like, then he's got it, right? Like,
And like coach's face, like coach's lean.
he's got that owl head. He's got the because he sees so yeah. And then in regards to weightlifting coaches, like Chris is like the most amazing weightlifting coach. He's phenomenal when it comes to weightlifting. Like that's just his thing. I guarantee you he sleeps.
Yeah.
Weightlifting dreams.
Crazy.
Like weightlifting coaching dreams. His
Weightlifting coaching in his underwear.
in his underwear. But I think on his tombstone, it's like he just literally would be extremely happy going through this life coaching high-level athletes.
Yeah.
Like that's what he feels like he's been put on this planet to do, and he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
It's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, I think at that meet that you did, I think it was the one time I met Chris.
Yeah.
You were just like talking for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's great
It's
too.
like, awesome dude, and this guy's like got a lot going on.
He's
a smart guy.
He's
a smart guy
always
for sure.
Yeah.
You can get over his like sarcastic. I love it.
Yeah.
His sarcasm. Some people are kind of like thinner skinned.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of tough. But he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're thin-skinned, FP would be like good for you, but it would take you a little bit to get used to it, right? Because there's that like boastful, playful sarcasm that you hear a lot, and it's not just from like, it's definitely from Chris and I mostly, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe again I talk about culture, maybe we've created that, but people are very open, and talking to each other and how they talk to each other. So there's no like, there's not a lot of fear about what you're gonna say.
Sure.
I do have like a younger.
Yeah, well, you were the one that said that. I didn't actually. I was like, no, man, we don't. But we actually do. I think we've got like one of the younger crowds too.
I think that comes with just the competitiveness. It also might be what kind of part of the city we're in.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
that's something. Yeah,
we're close to downtown. We're close to Chinook and that whole area. So.
Maybe we're close to one of the hospitals too. No, well, you have a lot of inertia systems, but
yeah. Well, I guess we're close to Peter Lobby. You know, just be up Heritage, Blackfoot to Heritage to whatever.
Also with the younger crowd, I think that's a bit more like competitive.
Yeah.
Like even like any local competition, you guys have like an
Like, it's true.
which is awesome.
You see like the red shirts all over the place.
Yeah, that's fun. It makes it fun, especially like weightlifting competitions. Like for provincials, I remember that provincials was like half of Ramsey was like FP sweaters or FP t-shirts. You're just like, wow.
That's cool.
And that's that culture that we're talking about.
Sure.
See, that would be fun. I was by myself.
I don't want to
We were like sitting in the back.
Me and Mitch Bernard. The only person that knew.
Were you there at the weightlifting meet? No. Can't remember.
I don't know.
Remember I was there?
It's different.
I remember I was sitting at the back with Keith and Shawn trying to converting the kilograms to pounds for them.
The Asian.
Kilograms are super easy.
I know.
But and the Asian math part of it is going back.
Going back.
So pounds to kilograms,
Yeah.
I'm just like, where's hey Siri? And then I get Siri.
Divide it in half and ballpark it from there.
Yeah, how this?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I still have to do that a lot, all the time. What is this in pounds? Stop thinking in pounds. We don't do pounds.
Yeah,
Why are you thinking in pounds?
Don't even worry about it.
That's a culture change too. Because we're all kilograms, right?
Yeah.
That's just plate change, man.
Yeah.
There's definitely more change. There's more plate change in kilograms.
And I always forget to count the collars.
Yeah.
Because they're 2.5. They're 2.5 each. Yeah. They're
They
gigantic.
have the negatives on the outside, so you can just like throw on.
Some of them do, yeah.
One of them, whatever.
When you put your plate change on, your change on.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome.
It's been pretty fun.
Cool. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I think I know people that go to Frontier and keep asking me, like, oh, you should come by for a workout and all that stuff, and I keep meaning to and haven't been there yet, so I haven't seen the space.
One day.
Yeah.
I would say you should come, but you know.
Yeah, cool. So now that both of you are going to be heading to Portland for the CrossFit Regionals, the West Regional in June, first weekend in June.
Yeah, second, third, fourth.
Yeah, cool, which is awesome. I mean, both have been there before to regionals.
Yep.
We've been there as spectators. So maybe,
We made it!
And obviously, as a spectator, it's like super fun to go down and watch and see all the crazy workouts and all the fitness going on. But maybe you two can speak to what it's like being there as an athlete. And
It's not fun at all.
No, fuck.
It's the most stressful weekend.
The first year I went was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was my rookie year.
Right.
And and on top of that, we just opened FP.
Yeah.
So like I didn't have a gym. In my lack of better words, fucking shit the bed. Like just did not have a great experience. But
Rather than muscle ups.
no, I told him what advice.
You did 1 hour.
Oh man, so I will forever. You talk about this your underwear dream. Imagine being like in a spectator arena, and you know, like I love muscle ups.
Yeah.
I can't do one muscle up.
Oh,
And everybody's like coming over to me.
Everybody's coming around.
They're like, come on, man, just get it. And I'm like, shut up. I know how to do muscle ups. I got here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this year.
Yeah.
Compared to that one.
Yeah.
Just to feel a little bit more prepared this year.
So then, did you tear your bicep like during?
Oh yeah.
Which event was it?
It was
But fun.
event 5. So the one with the row, strict
handstand push-ups.
deficit handstand push-ups and the chest to bar. You could like hear it on the chest to bar just pop. But it was like it tore like this way. So yeah, I could like stick my finger in my bicep. There was only like six or 8 weeks for rehab, and
That's alright then.
that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But my arm was like this for probably 3 weeks. It just wouldn't bend. It was crazy.
Brutal.
But yeah, no, it was a very amazing experience. It's like stressful.
I can imagine. I think you just see it on your faces when you're there. It's just like,
Well, that and like even like other like all every other competitor, ourselves included, we're just so not friendly. It's just not nice to be around. We're so.
Oh, and in that situation, absolutely. Like this year, though, I feel like I know a lot of people. Like I've met a lot more people now. Like because you, me, Terrence Limbert's going up, all these people that we know. I feel like it'll be a different.
It would be a little different, but still.
But once you get there, it's still.
Yeah.
I pretty much lived in those like those chairs that they close down and you put music on and like weird lights going on. And,
what?
It's like a sensory deprivation and de-stressing chair. I pretty much Chris, again, my business partner, made me live in that thing.
oh, okay.
If I wasn't competing,
You're in the chair.
I was in the chair.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch anything. Like,
wow.
They didn't let me do anything.
You're
You're using a lot of energy, right? Like,
Absolutely.
watching other people. How exciting is that, right? Watching freaking this guy do exercise.
Well,
the
and
worst
then,
thing you do is watch other kids.
Yeah.
Well, even just watching the girls go before you.
yeah. Well, yeah, and then, and just, I can imagine that, while you're there, you basically, it's like, you're at work, right? You're there, you're kind of
Gotta go
focused on the task, and so, trying to have small, conversations of just kind of small talking here and there to different people, I'm sure it just gets in the way of that.
So
it might seem like you're coming across as kind of cold or whatever, but really you're just kind of focused on what you're doing.
You have to be laser focused.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's weird because like you're friends with everybody, so like you want them to do well, just not quite as well.
Just not as good as you.
Good luck out there.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you did a really good job. I kind of wish you would have slipped or something.
Yeah, no, it's a different situation, and then I always go to this like thought process where I'm like, okay, when we do these local competitions, I always feel good. I always like feel confident going into these, and then you go to regionals, and it's like, it's all these amazing, same level athletes as you, so it's like it's a completely different playing field.
Yeah.
It's
everything's so much more professional. Like so well ran. Like everything goes like every heat's like.
Yeah.
On the
clockwork.
It's absolute clockwork.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like the rules are so much more strict.
Well, then obviously like Canada West combined with the Northwest region from the States, like you'll run into names that you obviously will know.
Oh yeah.
Some that you don't that kind of come out of
I'm
nowhere.
like stoked to meet Margot Alvarez. Like, I can't wait to meet her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is she in Northwest this year?
Yeah, she moved like 2 years ago.
Oh.
But her family owns like a vineyard.
Yeah, it's the coolest.
And they make their own wine. I keep I'll message her and be like, please bring me a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it. She's
Oh,
I'm
cool.
stoked to meet her.
Nice.
And I guess
Who else is there? Carly Shearer. I don't know. There's a few.
There's a
that are really good in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Some good guys too. Big face against
Yeah.
And it's very like as a spectator, I'd almost like if you were to pick a competition to go watch for fun throughout the year, don't go to regionals.
Yeah.
Like don't when you go to regionals, don't pick that one. If you only pick one, don't pick regionals. It's not fun. It's especially if you know somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Like Wadapalooza, that's like it's basically a giant rave
Party, right? Yeah, big party. I feel like
it's just so different.
because when we went to watch you at the regionals, it was the same thing. You can almost like feel the tension, because everybody's just kind of so on edge about like trying to make it to the games and doing as best as they can. So you do kind of feel that stress level just in the air.
And in a way, it's for some people it would be better to watch that. It's like playoff hockey. It's so much better to watch, especially if you're rooting for somebody.
Yeah,
it's just so tense.
It's exhausting.
It's hard to watch. Brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal and fun.
I didn't notice this at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I did.
I think I lied.
You're a sociopath.
You got stressed out. You guys went and watched me granite game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You guys got you care.
Yeah, I care, but I'm not like walking around like, oh man, it's tense. I'm walking around being like, oh man, this French fries are great.
That's good. More people need to be like.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. I can just maybe
I can remember most about regionals 2 years ago. Is everyone being like, Lee, where's that? And I'm like, I don't know. We don't live together right now.
Yeah.
we're just on
We're not attached.
It's the backs of them.
Well, I'm like, because you didn't show up like during if your heat was in the afternoon, you weren't there anymore.
No,
Yeah.
Everyone, all the spectators there. It was like, where's that? And it's
Why would he be here?
Trying to relax.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a beef day, motherfucker.
Right? Yeah.
That's pretty much the eating.
Yeah. Try to eat as much as you can before the nerves.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other thing. I don't fucking eat.
I know, I gotta learn to do better this
Like I eat as much as I can at night. Like after you're kind of like with the day, like you're just like.
Let me get, I'm gonna get voodoo donuts every fucking day. It's like they're like a really well-known donut store in Portland. They do like all the crazy
Over the top of the donuts.
Yeah.
They're like the unicorn frappuccinos.
It's disgusting.
But they're delicious.
Yeah, they're donuts that are actually good.
Yeah, like a six-pack of
Looks good.
donuts. Six-pack of donuts every friggin' day. Every day. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not hard. Right? It's trying to try like eating stressed out.
Oh,
It's tough.
Yeah, that was
That's like baby food and lots of protein shakes and like that. Plug.
There you go.
Dextrin.
Oh, man. Nice.
Finally.
Yes! It was so seamless.
It was so fun.
Yeah, no, regionals suck.
The games are going to be worse.
The games?
Yeah.
No, we'll
Actually,
see.
the workouts at the games they look
I don't know.
way cooler.
Way cooler. Regional workouts are actually
They're
not like,
He doesn't agree
like,
at all.
even if you look at the workouts last year, like maybe 2 of those workouts really like hurt.
like the first one.
No, the first one is easy.
The
Randy?
I'm talking about 2016.
2000
Last year.
Yeah, Randy was.
Like last year, the snatch ladder, that's not a ouchie workout. It doesn't hurt.
No,
like,
that's
if you can't stand, if you can't get past a 245-pound bar, you can't just try harder.
Yeah.
And get it. I mean, maybe, but CrossFit.
That is CrossFit right there. If you've never PR'd, you just haven't done the regionals
Yeah.
yet.
That's what Josh Pugh said. He's like, I'm going to PR twice. His PR was like 255 or 260,
Yeah.
and then he's 265 twice.
Jesus.
And then, what was the other one? Nate,
Regionals, man.
That
I
one-
love that workout. That workout
That's
was
a sweet.
that would hurt.
That was a sweet workout. It doesn't hurt though. It doesn't. It's not like
What is that workout?
if you can't
for the
do
audience?
it. It's 10 rounds. So regionals Nate was 10 rounds of 4 strict muscle ups, 7 strict handstand push-ups, 12. I think so.
It was 6 then.
6? Was it 6?
It was either 6 or 8, and then double.
Whatever handstand, strict handstand push-ups, and then 6 per arm kettlebell, hang kettlebell snatches.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll
10
start that.
for 10 rounds. So that wasn't like if you had to go slow on strict hand or strict muscle up or strict handstand push-ups, then you couldn't try harder and get it. And they're pretty strict on some of it. We're strict on the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do like 1 or 2 strict muscle ups and go like walk around. Do another one, walk around, do another one. But like the day 2, the first 2 workouts those hurt. Those were like, what was it? The 104
Pull-ups, and then
no, it was 104 wall balls.
and then 52.
And then 52 pull-ups, they're just fast. And then you had like a 4-minute rest. And
Okay,
if
so
you
that-
didn't finish it, and if you got time capped, you had a 1-minute rest. And then you went into 4 rounds of 15 power cleans, 24. I was 28 pistols, 15 power cleans.
Yeah.
That one fucking hurt.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
That hurt. And then the next workout that day was deadlift.
Yep.
That was a deadlift.
And GHDs.
It was GHD, so if 405 deadlift was heavy for you.
But then the GHDs will last your core, right?
Yeah.
So by the second round, third round.
So that one was that one hurt a little bit. But then the rest of them weren't like shitty, like grinding.
Yeah.
Just brutal like we did today. Like it just wasn't.
Yeah, that was.
They're just like, I find a lot of them are very like, you just have to be good, not necessarily super duper fit. Right? I think that's the way I think. And they might just completely fuck that up this year. And just be like, I know you're on a podcast, we're just going to podcast for 7 minutes.
Castro in the gang in HQ are watching us play those.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. The open workouts are harder, I think, than the regional workouts.
They're different, definitely. They're different workouts. Yeah.
They hurt.
Well, I think the regionals has more gymnastics.
Well, they have higher skill.
High skill, yeah.
Heavier weights, like,
but not as grind.
but not as like,
That's.
You know what I mean?
I get it now. I get the grind.
But then the games, the games are just turning to dust.
Yeah.
For 5 days.
Yeah, it was 6 days. Or 5 days straight this year.
5 days straight. So the one day was a 5-minute swim.
Yeah.
And for some people, I guess that's a lot, but some people it's a nice little recovery.
Yeah.
Like the Breakfast Caskies and kind of quarters, that's a recovery. Swim.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that like the workouts at the games, because it's such a spectacle, there has to be that element of novelty to it about how difficult they are. Right? Because like God knows how many people are watching on ESPN and all that kind of stuff.
They have to kind of ride the line. Like at the games, have to ride the line between like making it cool to watch and just like testing the athletes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it doesn't really line up.
Yeah.
So they actually like the peg boards in 2015. Like they were just testing the athletes. Like it was so cool to watch. Like, they could fucking do them.
Yeah.
Well, like only Marco Alvarez again.
Yeah.
She was the only one.
Yeah. Catcher Davis are like.
But it was testing them, and then the next year they put them in again and they destroyed them.
Yeah.
They did so good.
Yeah.
And they had to do more pegboard. So that was kind of cool.
Is that the same year as Murph?
The first Murph twice. The second Murph was like in session. So they like broke it up.
That's 5 rounds.
20, 30, 40.
20, 40.
20, 40, 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember a pegboard.
It was the final.
It was the very last one. It had both years.
I think I would watch that.
It was the one with, they had the sled pull last year as well. It was a big part of it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was a cool one.
That was a cool one.
I like that one a lot.
Crazy.
But yeah, and then I find like this year the granite game was just the hardest. That was the hardest competition we've ever done. Like as far as volume and like how. Like we had that sandbag the last day.
Right.
It was a 250-pound sandbag. We just had to carry 300 feet, and like a lot of us couldn't even pick it up until like the adrenaline on the field. And then we finally pick it up. Like we were so wrecked.
And that was the last workout.
That was the second one. Yeah, and that was a 16th event weekend.
16 events over what, 3 days?
Oh,
Yeah, the first event was a well, and like some of them were like the first event was a 1,000-meter row right into like a 10K.
Right.
Okay.
It's like a 10K row, the first 1,000 meters.
What's the zone event? Yeah, okay. Still.
Just one way to keep up.
Oh shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
In your guys' opinions, has coaching, or not coaching, judging, tightened up at all over the years?
No.
In like local or?
No, in regionals and games, because like Zach, you said earlier, like depending on the coach, which I think is a big thing locally and like even at regionals and games, where it's like sometimes who your judges kind of matters.
Oh, sure. It's true. Like, I think no, it hasn't tightened up only because the movements are changing all the time.
Yeah.
Getting harder all the time. Like this last year, for example, like with the strict muscle ups, their standards were kind of like the standards were good. Like I understood them, but like some of the judges like would be looking at one thing and something else would be happening. Like for instance, they would like be looking at their feet, like whether their feet were coming behind their hips, but then they wouldn't notice if they were extending their hips and they were popping their hips when they were coming through. So I noticed a lot of guys getting away with like a little hip hop as they were transitioning over. Or was another one, or like their legs bending or something like that. Like they was looking at their hips or something else, and then their legs would be bent or something. It was really inconsistent. And the big one was the game, the strict.
The handstand
Strict
push-ups?
ring handstand
Ring handstand push-ups, yeah.
They literally changed the standards after the second meeting. So one of the standards was your legs had to remain straight. So what they would do is they'd keep their legs straight, they would just bend their backs.
Yeah. And basically do like a bench press.
So like,
yeah.
like not to knock that, like Christian Lucero and Cole Sager, they obviously did what they had to do to win and did awesome. But then after the second heat, Bosman like added a standard or like enforced an already a standard that was already there. So if they, what was the standard? What did they change it? Like if you weren't, like as you pressed and your legs weren't moving at the same time, your feet weren't moving at the same time as you were pressing, then that's a no rep. So in other words, if you were pressing and you were just like bending out, like doing a bench press kind of thing,
Locking out.
and then locking out, that's a no rep. So you had to like, as you were pressing, your feet had to slide up the rope at the same time.
So the way
first
that's
two heats could effectively cheat.
They could do bench presses.
Right, and then the next two couldn't.
Lucas Parker, that's fucked. We're freaking amazing because he was just.
Yeah, that's one thing with Lucas though, is that his movements always.
Yeah, they're always.
That's like a good thing, and like also kind of screws him up.
Yeah, that was definitely. But yeah, talking about those other two guys, right?
Yeah.
You do what you gotta do.
Like congrats to Cole for winning that one, but like Cole Sager winning the strict handstand push with that.
Like that's a joke. To just be like, oh, we're changing the standards. And
Yeah.
it's like, well,
And that's what I don't know if they're changing the standards, or is it like they wanted the judges to reinforce, like they're just reminding them to look at a certain thing. Because I think the judges were just looking at if the legs are straight or not.
Okay.
So they're like, no, the feet have to be moving at the same time too.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be like, hey, we have to add a rule.
Yeah, so
to
they
what
were
we're
really
doing,
changing it, I think.
Because like you said, that automatically puts, at an advantage. But I feel like, they're probably just saying, hey, like, people are doing this.
And then, and then at that point, it comes to like the judges, like how liberal they're going to take that. So like Matt Frazier's judge, and then Josh Bridges' judge was really hard on that.
Yeah.
If your feet weren't moving, as you were moving at all times, like that was a no rep.
Yeah, and as much as that sucks, that just kind of comes with having.
Well, they're mostly like
human
judges.
judgment.
Judges are volunteers as well.
Yeah.
There's not knocking against judges at all. I mean, that's a shitty job to have.
But it's like not like there's some like machine that's gonna watch your rest for you or anything like that. Like you're going to have that element of inconsistency dealing with your humans. Yeah, right. Like everybody sees something differently.
And that's like I didn't feel sorry for Matt Frazier. Like they're destroying everybody.
Yeah. Won the games by 100 points or. Yeah.
So like that was kind of weird. But yeah, so no, I guess.
I don't even remember what the question was.
I was gonna say my experience was different. I was just scared the whole time. I was just like, okay, I'll just do it.
Okay. Man.
Yeah, and most of the standards are pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like, so we have to go up a day early, right? As well. So you guys would watch the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're up there on Thursday, and they give us like a spiel of like their expectations of the athlete and like what the movement standards are. They go through all the movement standards.
Yeah.
And then again, that really doesn't mean anything because it just depends on the person that you get.
The person and the judge. Yeah, absolutely.
I try to be as like charming and charismatic as I can whilst introducing myself to that judge.
Well, yeah, be nice to your judges.
Yeah.
And then like, that'll be the difference between like they won't know where I go, right? But like they will warn you first.
Yeah.
Where it's just like no rep, and then they won't even tell you why. Yeah, they're just an ass.
Yeah,
especially if they're nasty, then you fucking should.
Yeah, they should fucking destroy you. Absolutely.
I think that guy tried to kill his judge.
Who? Yeah.
That's in the games, right?
He was at regionals. Who was that? Is that Ryan Fisher?
I don't know. He killed his judge and then he pulled. What's that guy from CrossFit? The guy who does the level ones of Red Deer.
Jason
McDonald.
No.
Yeah, let's threaten that guy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, so the athlete threatens the judge, and then Castro was like, Jason McDonald, you're now this guy's judge. I want you on top of him, like in his face, sort of thing. And then they took that video and put it on like CrossFit YouTube. Yeah. It's just like, what's the point of this video? To show that your athletes are threatening your judges, or to show that you react to it in a very strange way?
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that.
It's good to have to watch it.
I will after this.
Yeah.
There's been a few judges.
How fucking kidding me?
How old are you?
I think it was right. I don't know. Actually, I don't think he's pretty nice guy.
We don't know who it is.
I like when I like started failing my handstand push-ups. I do remember, like, I didn't get mad at the judge, but I do remember punching the
wall or whatever?
glass wall.
Yeah.
Because again, like, strict handstand push-ups, I've never had a problem with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, in the heat of the moment,
Sure.
I got the song in my head now. Anyways, you just don't know, right? You've got all this. You guys said you've got all this energy
Yeah.
in the room,
And it's-
some of it's positive, some of it's negative. Lots of tense
Yeah.
people,
Adrenaline's high.
or whatever adrenaline you have left.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, even when it comes to the standards, like you can, so you guys always get briefed and stuff like that on all
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do and all that kind of stuff. But even as a coach coaching just regular CrossFit classes, you can tell somebody to do something 10 times, and it just doesn't get through sometimes.
Sometimes,
You just have to constantly remind them. Like it's
You're just moving up the ladder. Right? Like what we go through on that weekend is probably what we would do.
sure, yeah,
If they're not used to having somebody yell at them.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
Coach them with loud enthusiasm.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
Maybe they're way in training. I don't know, like, because they throw some stuff that are pretty last minute, but you should be in training. You should hold yourself to like high standards.
Absolutely.
Like, don't like try to cheat here.
Yeah.
Like don't push the line here.
Yeah.
Like, do it perfectly here, and then in competition, obviously, you do.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. Train to perfection.
Yep.
And then do what you got to do to win.
Cheat to compete.
Cheat to compete. I mean, what is that gonna? Oh my gosh, yeah, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. If I catch somebody cheating, I usually tell them that the next rep is 1.
Yeah.
So that.
Oh man, how ballsy was that guy in?
Oh, dude, the video.
The video.
Yeah, the video. Did you watch that video?
We mentioned it last time, and we actually didn't end up talking about it. So
He actually ended up saying like,
Yeah.
I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to bore out the plates to make them lighter, so I just went the route of looping my first round.
Yeah, so
seven times.
He looks confused.
Yeah, I
so
know.
in 17.5, the last workout was 10 rounds of 9 thrusters, 30 double ups. So what he did is he did 1 round and then looped it.
loop the video 10
Looped
times.
the video 10 times. And it was actually really
Wasn't
good.
too bad. So all I remember is rep 7. He falls back too much. Every rep 7.
On every rep,
Whoa!
yeah.
And then he picks up the rope the exact same freaking way. But other than that, you cannot.
Honestly, like if I didn't already know that he had done that, I wouldn't have caught it.
Plus, there's no camera or there's no timer.
There's no clock in that.
And there's nobody watching him either, right? So immediately they would have declined the video.
Yeah.
Or at least you hope they would have declined the video. But yeah,
And
that's
that-
the balls. Absolutely.
That wasn't even the video that they asked for first, because
No, they asked for
17.3,
17.3,
right?
yeah.
And they saw something fishy in that video, so I think they asked for all of his videos.
No, they asked for 17.5.
Oh, did they? Oh,
So he
okay.
was a contender. Like
He was first in the world.
In his
Yeah.
age division, yeah.
So did he? I don't even know if this is true or not. That is like tangent conversation we've got going on.
Yeah.
Now. Super tangenty. But didn't he like get an invite last year to regionals and then
He didn't go. He didn't go.
Or did he decline or he didn't show up?
I read that it was a no-show,
Yeah, he no showed. So he paid and everything.
and just
didn't
didn't show up.
up.
That's what I read somewhere.
So, well, it's okay. We won't see him for 4 years. So it's
Yeah.
pretty hard to loop a workout in real life. That's probably why he didn't show up.
Probably.
Yeah, it is. It's super hard.
really hard.
It's super hard.
I don't understand what you get. Like, what do you get out of that?
Yeah.
What's satisfaction?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, honestly, what happens is you show up to, like, if you did go to regionals, you get there and you're like,
You'd
oh,
have
I
to
can't
kick punch.
do it. I can't do any of this.
That would be rough.
He's like a chiropractor, and he has like his Instagram account's really good.
It's
Like,
really
like,
good.
info on like mobility and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Wow.
Yeah, he's like,
Maybe he'll get some like more followers now.
Yeah, you gotta tell me more. You gotta
Yeah.
tell me more.
no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah,
right? Like,
that's
it's
not
not.
right to get caught.
Like,
Yeah, he wanted.
absolutely. It's like, well, like, honestly, already just the attention that he's got
Yeah.
just from that alone.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Crazy. I mean, I guess if you're willing to go to those lengths, but it's just like, I don't know how you don't think you're going to get caught doing that.
I don't know.
Who knows?
That's crazy.
To each their own.
To each, I guess.
I'd rather just be like, you know what, I'm going to take my, what was the time cap in that workout? Yeah.
No, you just had to finish.
Yeah, you said so. Was it?
No, it was 40.
40 minutes. 40 minutes, yeah. Like I would rather have done it in 40 minutes than just, but that's me.
That was your suicide time cap. It was just
Yeah.
Your mercy kill time cap. That's what they call it.
Mercy kill.
Well, because there's people when they had that last year, 60.5. So
There was no time cap.
there was no time.
Yeah, that would be
People were
awful.
like 2 days,
Yeah.
5 hours.
Start
I had a couple
Thursday.
athletes that were like just on the peak, right? Like on the cusp of having double unders. So I was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this workout. I don't care if
How
it takes
long
you
it
40
takes.
minutes. And
Yes.
it took 40 minutes for a couple of my athletes, but it was like there's that learning piece, right?
That's
Like,
the opposite for it. Right?
Yes.
That's the opposite for it.
yeah.
Yes. All you 956 people. It's not just me and Zach saying this shit. Yeah.
People who I don't know.
Turn.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about comments.
Yeah, comments. So, Lee, you wanted to
Yeah.
bring up some of the comments you've gotten on social media or what have you, and we'll talk about some of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good tangent. Tyler.
Yeah, that
We had a
happens.
good time.
That's what happens.
First of all, let me host. If you have any comments or anything you want to say about the show, either if you know us, shoot it to us and we'll read them, or post it on the YouTube video or on Facebook or anything. And I'm going to be collecting stuff hopefully every week or something. Send stuff every week.
Yeah.
And read them. So first, Scott W.
Who can that be?
He just messaged me, so he's not even comments, but
He
he goes,
goes,
you said you were starting CrossFit again. What the fuck? Yes, I am. I'm starting CrossFit again. Someday soon. Yeah.
Were you not?
No, I haven't.
Didn't the
Dude,
CrossFit
So like
when I left
Frontier.
Performance, I haven't CrossFit since.
you've just been.
I've done
doing the-
one. I did one WOD later that year for.
I love that answer.
What's your
What's
question?
your question?
And then since then, I haven't really done it at all.
Just been work like.
Get it back.
I was gonna say, just working on that successful lifestyle body.
Not even that.
That's awesome.
Scott also says he loves tape thumbs. And if I start CrossFit again, he wants to come work out with me.
Whoa. Someone's got a fanboy.
Yeah.
That's right. And then I want to read our reviews because they're all awesome. So Scott again says, these guys are the real deal. I don't know what that means, but
Means you're real.
Yeah.
When it comes to deals.
This isn't fake. It's weird.
he says anxiously awaiting their next episode, which is kind of a weird thing to put in a review, but I appreciate it.
Who said that?
Scott.
Scott W.
Tracy Ann, but I don't know who that is.
Is that weird?
Yeah. It's weird.
Tracy Ann. I said
She owns. She owns it.
She owns this
I do know who that is then. She said, amazing guys. As in, we're amazing guys.
Yep.
And can't wait to see what this podcast becomes. Great start, boys. Thanks, Tracy. Hopefully it becomes more than it was last time.
Yeah.
Zach Carlin, he just gave it 5 stars and didn't say anything.
Who's that guy? No words.
Don't even need to
That's
say
it. He's in such awe of our talent that he has no words.
Exactly. Byron. Byron says, simply exceptional, riding the razor's edge of comedy and deep-seated personal issues from start to finish.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite one. Oh my god, it's so good.
We try. That was our goal, I think.
Yeah.
We're just deep sea.
We should just quit after getting a review like that.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably about me, right?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Deep sea. We're talking about eating fat, so you know.
And ruining my career.
That's deep sea.
Right.
You wear it well,
And Cody Luke says, my favorite guys to watch, not named Joey Chandler or Ross.
Yeah,
Friends, yeah.
that's right. Cody Lew knows what he's talking about. Sounds handsome.
Yeah, so send us more comments. I'll be happy to read.
Yeah, comments. Those can be on our Instagram account at Tape Thumbs Podcast, on our Facebook page, Tape Thumbs Podcast. We have a YouTube channel also called Tape Thumbs Podcast, all of which you can comment or leave messages. We also will soon be having a website that you can send us emails or anything like that as well. Anything else you guys want to plug? I know you got a These Fists Fly hat. I mean, that's a pretty dope hat.
Yeah, These Fists Fly. They're going to have pink hats.
Oh, sweet.
I'm going to buy a pink hat. And by buy, I mean he's going to give me one. Because I'm plugging it right now. But if you are looking for a really cool, one-of-a-kind These Fists Fly Lukacsy Regionals t-shirt, you can order them online at their website for $40 each.
Sweet.
It's not that expensive, but it's kind of what it is. So you can get at least 3 or 4. This is Alberta, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And that helps you get to regionals?
And so he gives me, we get a percentage of all the shirts, and it's like a pretty awesome percentage. He's been pretty nice. Free shipping as well.
Oh, nice.
In Canada, which is great.
That's huge.
Yeah, and then Nova 3. Nova 3 is literally, I think my blood is like 90% their supplements now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. It has to be. Where you can purchase on the Nova 3 website, and you can actually do stacks, so you can order. The more you get, obviously, the better the discount. And you can actually create a ongoing order. So it would just ship you month to month.
Yeah, they have like a subscription kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Luke.
That's cool. You can use Shawn 10 or Zach 10 for 10%.
Use Zach 10. We also sell.
We'll make it a popularity contest.
You can use Lee 20 for 0%.
It'll say error. You use leave 20 for an error.
Cool. Anything else?
Do those.
I'm asking you guys. That's it.
I'll remember it after.
Yeah, so as soon as we turn the camera off, we'll be like, oh, we should have said whatever.
Shawn, what's your Instagram?
It's my weird name, at S Lukacsy, Lukacsy. No, wait, is there a Coach Lukacsy?
Coach Lukacsy.
Coach _Lukacsy. I gotta check.
We're gonna tag him in our Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that too, so you will also have.
When's the last time you checked your? I don't even know.
That's why mine's just my name.
I'm gonna change that. Right
People
now.
with these weird.
Coach _Lukacsy. There we go. Lukacsy.
Yeah. Simple. I use my name because all these weird, like crazy numbers and symbols and stuff, and I never remember just my name. I got yours wrong in the first one. In the first episode, we have them come up on the bottom of the screen.
Oh man,
I got yours wrong.
when Instagram came out, my first Instagram name was Beast Mode YYC.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Beast Mode YYC. Why did I get rid of that one?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a keeper.
That's an easy segue into something, I'm sure.
There you go, right?
You search that all the time. Just because.
Probably.
It's probably a hashtag.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Beast Mode. Jeez.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I think we'll call it for this week. Thanks to Shawn for joining us and having a little chat with us about his gym and regionals and all kinds of weird stuff that we talked about this week. Yeah, until next time.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Come to Frontier Performance too if you want.
No doubt.